Imagine you're in your bed sleeping, and then out of nowhere you hear a giant explosion. Look out your window, and you just see a column of smoke just coming seemingly out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, you just see a whole bunch of dust and debris coming your way, shatters out your window, and possibly topples over the house that you're in. That's what a couple 100,000 Japanese people experienced on August 6, 1945, thanks to the development of the atomic bomb by the Manhattan Project. Today, I'm going to be telling y'all the motivation behind the creation of the Manhattan Project, the key role of the Manhattan Project in developing the atomic bomb, and the first military use of the atomic bomb. There are a couple of reasons why the United States developed the Manhattan Project. The first one was two German scientists named Otto Hahn and Fritz Strassmann, 1938, discovered nuclear fission. This caused Albert Einstein and Leo Szilard to become worried about a possible German threat towards developing an atomic bomb. So they sent Franklin D. Roosevelt a letter saying that he should probably start his own atomic research to counteract the German threat. He seemed reluctant at first until the MAUD Committee, which is basically the English equivalent of the Manhattan Project, made a breakthrough. They found the critical mass of uranium-235, which is the material that's used in the atomic bomb, the critical mass being the amount of mass needed to cause the explosion. They made the discovery at the University of Birmingham and decided to share that discovery with the United States scientists. A year later, Mark Oliphant, one of the people in the MAUD community, decided to come over and saw that the information that was given to us wasn't being utilized. He made sure that that information got into the right hands, and then those scientists caused Franklin D. Roosevelt to have a higher understanding of the potential of the atomic bomb, which caused him to initiate the Manhattan Project in October 1941. The second reason that the Manhattan Project was started was because of the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor. It created an urgency for the atomic bomb because of the home attack from Japan. Now that I've talked about the motivation to start it, I'm going to talk about the Manhattan Project's role in creating the atomic bomb. The United States was basically a hub of information from research across the globe. They had 30 facilities in the United States, Canada, and England. By the end of it, they had employed 120 employees and had spent close to $2 billion, which in 1940s money is a lot of money. They regularly shared information back and forth between Britain and the United States. They're basically the two lead people doing research into the atomic bomb, besides Germany. They used three different methods to try to convert the uranium-238 into uranium-235, which 235 is a less natural form of uranium, which meant that they had to convert to the usable version of 235. They used the gaseous method, electromagnetic method, and the thermal method to convert it over. Um, the production of factories and the equipment needed for the conversion cost the most out of that $2 billion, not the research. Now that I've talked to you about the role of the United States in the creation of the atomic bomb, I'm going to talk about its first use. The United States used the atomic bombs as a way to avoid having a full-scale invasion of Japan. We direly wanted to avoid that. We gave Japan the Potsdam Proclamation on July 26, 1945, giving them terms of a total surrender. They didn't want that. After months of deliberation, the United States government decided that it was necessary to use one of the atomic bombs on Hiroshima. A couple days later, after there was no response from Japan about the surrender, they used another atomic bomb on Nagasaki, total killing around 200,000 Japanese people. Using the atomic bombs on those two cities was a strategic move from the government. Hiroshima was a military and communications center in Japan, and Nagasaki was the center for the production of the torpedoes that were used in the attack on Pearl Harbor. A few days later, after the attack on Nagasaki, the Japanese finally decided to surrender on certain terms that the emperor would still retain his position in government, but they would still surrender on August 14th, 1945. Now that I've discussed to you the motivation behind creating the Manhattan Project, the role that it had in the production of the atomic bomb, and its strategic use in ending World War II, I hope that y'all understand how important it was to finish the research for the atomic bomb by the Manhattan Project. Thank you very much.